He knows things that you need to know. The rival tribe still has 2 outposts left. It's up to you to change that. The tree remains intact, but you must all make a change to save it. Understands you have things to do. He knows things that you need to know. Says you should take it easy. There's no time to waste.
Wherefore, where?
He says you really need to go see Gizmo as soon as possible. Figures the only thing you can still count on as the world ends is the night sky twinkles. Their pal Nova studies them from atop a lookout tower. Used to watch them with her pops, but he's missing now. She says she's the study type, watches those twinklers and takes all sorts of notes. Says you should look for Nova's tower and chat with her. The tower can be hard to see after dark, but it's worth it. Maybe you can help find her pops. Knew they could count on you. You don't have to leave the forest till you're ready.
There's news of a Ronin joining the tribe. That must be you. Hold on to that. It's the chug yard. Need a key? Don't forget the past. Learn from it. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. The dark is almost over. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomper Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Half-lifed. Rid of the aches and pains. A story has got to keep moving forward. Slice and dice. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Let's see. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. This story is as powerful as you'll let it be. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart.
Sit up.
But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal.
Play.
He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle, and hopes you've had some use for it over the years.
Speech prayer. Peace.
He understands history made Loopaloopin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow.
Let go.
He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination. Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives.
There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. There are places up ahead far worse than this. That's the leftover you're looking for. Take a good look around you.
Easy for things to hide down here. At least being underground keeps you out of the weather. Focus on your goal. Lots of things start moving around toward the end of the day. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. Something he devised to salvage valuables from the ground. There are usually spots hidden beneath puddles of oily goo where you can use the net. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find Scripps.
Hugo, Zohoza.
Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. The grease monkey's mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Sound seems to travel farther at night. Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. That over there is Steepo Deepo, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Finding some thick air might be wise soon.
Immo. Diava. Mishaku hare zavania?
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Me.
Claims he goes after the most dangerous game, huge monsters.
Mishaku here.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Mishaku here.
Out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you?
Jira Vabasco.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Kanishalavai.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Giravabasco.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
Nalemaya.
Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else.
Takanyo umumwaka.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights, and they keep putting up new ones.
Nyavov.
Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther.
Kuali.
But enough of that, right?
Kuali.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Waksanakalizegi.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Sirka fulavinde hos.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Bon.
Says as big as they are, the world is bigger. To find where they are, you need to see where they've been.
Eversinnet.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Zien.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Bestilka.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Jamakuda Horedatunka.
Says you stick to the haunting and shots present themselves later.
Lech.
Moog says you should go hunt for squips in the cave he gave you directions to. Let's see. Why walk on your own legs? What's your choice? Dying? Wait, it's the script hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. Bangarang. Running low. History is nothing but a series of stories. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. You're a long way from the sun. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Could be easy to get lost down here. A crit. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. For all your slashing needs. Take small breaths. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. You might never want to leave the Mekton behind. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He got the idea to build the Mekton when he found a big crate containing the metal frame for something Toxanol had named an exoskeleton. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says word is you've done some good in the past. Tells you to enjoy the day and the night in equal measure, if you can. Understands you have other places you need to go. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Understands you have things to do. more graceful than ever.